Hello everyone, Mr. Tribell here, and I'm making this video just to show you how to do your Works Cited page for your research paper. As I was looking over your rough drafts, I noticed that I had a comment in a lot of people's papers that they did not have a Works Cited page, or they had a Works Cited page, but there were some issues with the formatting of it. So I decided to make this video just to show you quickly how to go about step by step creating that MLA formatted Works Cited page correctly. Um, the first type of source that I'm going to demonstrate is an EBSCOhost source, since that was what I suggested that you use for your paper. So I'm going to go through that. I'm going to show you how to cite one of those sources. But since a lot of you did use website sources, right, I'm going to show you how to cite those through easybib.com also. So 2 parts of the video. Please watch all the way through. Pay attention to both. If you only used EBSCOhost sources, you can stop watching after the first part, right? But if you use both types of sources, I want you to watch to the end of the video. So I'm using, again, Little Rock 9 as my topic of choice here. It's just because multiple people used it for their research paper, so I just decided to go with that. I am on the EBSCOhost page here, EBSCOhost search page. So before I got to this, obviously I took all the steps that we've been using to get the EBSCOhost, right? So you're going to sayrevillehigh.net, right? You're going to click on that SWMHS library web link. You're going to go through all of those steps, right? Username and password, you're logging in, and then you're searching, you're clicking off the linked full text, and you're clicking off scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles, right? And then you're going to search whatever topic you had. So in this case, I use Little Rock 9. I click search, and this is what came up. So say in my paper, I use this source, right? Little Rock Then and Now. I'm going to click the PDF full text. Here's my database source. To the right of this, actually, EBSCOhost makes it very easy to cite this. So to the right, you'll see all of these icons. I would look to the sixth one down here, right? Sixth one down. You hover over it, it says Cite, right? That's what we want. So we're going to click on it. And EBSCOhost cites this database source in all the different formats. What we're looking for is MLA, since it's English class. So we scroll down, we find MLA. This is our citation. Right? So we're going to highlight it. Control C or copy. Go to our Google Doc, edit, paste. There's our citation. We're going to have to do some work to it in terms of formatting it correctly. But for right now, that's our citation. Notice that when you copy and paste it over, it does change the font. It changes it to Arial 10. We're going to have to change that eventually to Times New Roman 12 because that's MLA format, right? So your whole paper, including your works cited, needs to be in MLA format. That means it's Times New Roman 12 point font, right? So we will do that, but we're just going to save that for a moment. But this is the citation, right? So if you use 3 database sources, you're doing this for all 3 of your database sources. It's actually very easy. Once you pull up your articles, you just click that cite button, and then you copy and paste it over, right? Pretty simple. So that's EBSCOhost. But say you use website sources, or say you use a combination, right, of EBSCOhost and website sources. I'm going to show you quickly how to use easybib.com to properly cite your website sources also, right? So I'm going to click enter, and now I'm ready for my second citation. All right, so this I'm just going to use as an example. Again, Little Rock 9. This, I did a Google search of Little Rock 9, and this came up as an article that potentially somebody could have used for their paper if they were doing it on this topic. It's from a reliable source, the Smithsonian Museum, right? So it has some good information on it. So maybe this person took notes on this, and maybe they're using it in their paper. What they need to do is they need to cite this. So this is the article. It's pulled up. I would go on a different tab, and I would type in www.easybib.com. All right, we get the home page here, right? And we're going to scroll down a little bit and we're going to click Create Citations. We don't have to create an account. Click Remind Me Later. All right, so up top here, it gives us choices as to what type of source it is. It is a website, right? It's not a book, it's not a journal. So we're going to click Website. And now we get this search bar, right? It says Find Your Website. It says Cite a website by entering its URL or by searching for it. We're not going to search for it because we have it pulled up, right? So we're just going to copy and paste the URL. Control C. I pasted the URL here. Click Search. Give it a moment. Okay, so it has found your article here. It's found your website. You're going to click Cite, right? If you recognize this as being the website with the title and the URL, and it's correct, you click Cite. Again, give these pages a moment to load, guys. This is all the information pertaining to the website that EasyBib was able to find. All of this is going to go into your citation. So you scroll down just a little bit, right? And then you're going to click Continue. So you scroll down. On this step, EasyBib also will often will tell you that a piece of the citation could be missing. Um, in this case, it's saying that the author's potentially missing. So let's take a look. You always want to check it right on the step 3 to see if there is an author that you can maybe add to it if they missed it on the initial search of the citation. So let's go back to the website and let's see if this has an author. And it actually does, right? So Lonnie Bunch, founding director of the Smithsonian, wrote this initial part, right? This little initial piece about the Little Rock Nine. If you were going to use this piece, right, you would want to put down this person's name. So Lonnie Bunch is our author. So we have to put that information into EasyBib. Let's click back over. First name, it's going to be Lonnie. Last name is going to be Bunch. And that's it. That's all we have to add to our citation. So we scroll down, we click Complete Citation. If there was no author there, you would just scroll down past it and you would click Create Citation. You wouldn't add any new information. So again, guys, be patient here. Give it another moment. It just gave us an indicator it was creating the citation. It says we've created the citation. And there you go, right? So there's two options listed here, right? The second one was what they found initially, but for step 3 of the verification process, they asked us to see if there was an author, and we did find one. So we want to use the most accurate citation possible. So for this case, we're going to use that top one, right? Because it has Lonnie Bunch's name in there. We hover over it, and two options come up: copy bibliography citation or copy in-text citation. Since it is the works cited page we're creating, we're going to copy bibliography citation. It says citation copied. And we click back over to our Google Doc. You go to edit, paste. And there's our website citation. Now notice that it is indented over. We have to click backspace to reformat, right? But there you go. Those are our two different types of sources potentially they could have used. The top one being an EBSCOhost source, the second one being a website source. We're not completely done here, right? So you would do the same process for all three of your sources. And then you would get it to this page where all three would be listed here, just like this. Before we submit this, right, we have to do a couple things. So we want to click, we want to highlight everything. We want to click up top. We want to make sure it's MLA formatted correctly. So we're going to click Times New Roman. And then we're going to click 12-point font. Right? So that addressed that issue. The last thing that we have to address actually is when we do our works cited page and we're creating these citations, the second line of the citation, if it goes onto a second line, it has to be indented, right? So we have to create in Google Docs what's called a hanging indent. And there's a specific way we do that. So we highlight both citations, and I want you to do the same things. I want you to follow along here with your works cited page. Highlight both citations, or if you're done with yours, it would be 3 citations. Once they're highlighted, you go up to the top, click on Format. Third one down, align and indent. You'll see other options come up. We want to go all the way to the bottom and click indentation options. At the bottom, we see special indent. It says none right now. We want to click that. Want to click hanging. Don't change this number. Just leave it as is. Click apply. And there you go. Right? So it's properly indenting that second line. It is now correctly MLA formatted. Guys, as you're working on this, if you have any questions on the Works Cited page, please email me, let me know. I do want your Works Cited page to look something like this, right? So make sure that you're following this step by step with your sources. And also, one last thing, make sure that Works Cited page comes as the last page of your essay. So your writing should be done on the previous page. Then your Works Cited comes on the next page after that, right? Last thing that I noticed actually is we have to put this page in alphabetical order. So in this case, we have F and B. B has to come before F. So we'll have to adjust that really quickly. So we're going to click Edit Cut. Edit Paste. No, bring that F back up. For some reason, I got rid of the hanging indent, so I would just re-indent it. Hanging, apply. And there you go. I'm properly formatted in my Works Cited page. Any questions, email me, guys. Good luck. Have a great day.